So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everybody, it's Ho Ho Hong Kong on a beautiful Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever you're listening to the show.
What are you, Craig David? On Sunday. All of a sudden, the days of the week, look at you showing off that I'm awake. We're doing it daytime today.
On a Wednesday we went on a Saturday.
Yeah, something like
what is the song?
I forgot that was like, but I know what you're talking about. Like that one.
It's just the song ends for every night he bangs her. That's all I know.
Yeah, exactly. And then next door, Shaggy saying, "Wasn't me, dude." You always have that. It's a competing artist going like, he's doing that, but that wasn't me. It was somebody else. Don't mix it up. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Good
So I'm Mohammed Magdi. He is
Vivek Mahbubani, and for the change, we're doing this during the daytime.
Yeah.
We're semi-awake. Well, we're pretty awake, I would say.
Yeah, I'm pretty awake.
Yeah.
I just came back from yoga and I pounded like 4 coffees. So I'm very awake.
The irony where Mohammed went to yoga and I didn't. And everyone's kind of like,
I was appropriating your culture.
Exactly, right? I mean, this is the situation I get whenever I go to a restaurant with, let's say, an American born Chinese.
Yeah.
And the waiter comes to that other person like, what would you like to order in Cantonese? And I'm like, nope, I'm the guy to talk to.
Yeah.
In this situation, it's like, who went to yoga? Must be him. No. It's Mohammed who did it.
I remember I had a girlfriend. She was from Mongolia and she was living in Shanghai. And every time we go out, I spoke pretty decent Mandarin.
Yeah.
Even at the time. And then just the waiter would just like automatically just look at her.
Oh, yeah.
And just expect, she spoke zero Mandarin. She was new in China. And they were just like, I would start ordering.
Yeah.
Literally, the waiter would just avoid, like, ignore my existence.
They can't acknowledge
I'm
it.
like, no, not even like, he's like, that doesn't, no.
Yeah,
He doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ordering chicken and rice and like, I'm talking about
He's
the
looking
menu.
at the girlfriend going like...
And he's just looking at her like, what are you, fucking retarded?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, looking at her going like, confirm that that's what I've heard from this other sound that I'm hearing.
And she's telling him like, talk to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're the Chinese looking person.
You should be the one I want to speak to. I've been trained in the textbook by corporate to speak to the fellow Chinese person and not this other foreigner.
And the crazy part is that she's not even Chinese, obviously. It's like, you're not even looking at the...
But she's closer to Chinese than you are. That's a problem.
Oh, for sure.
That's why. They were like, well, this is, rounding up.
Yeah.
She's like, the closer distance. I'm like, I know Mongolia.
Yeah.
This other thing that next to you, I have no idea.
Yeah.
The reference point is not happening
And
to
also,
me.
why is he speaking to me in sounds that I can't understand?
Right? And
While the Chinese face is not.
Exactly. So, that's the issue that the waiter probably is looking at you, hearing the sounds. He's saying, I've heard chicken.
Yes.
All this stuff is happening, but it cannot be chicken. It must be in English.
Yeah.
And I've never heard the word chicken in that sound in any other language.
Giro.
Yeah, Giro. They're like, I don't know what language that is. Yeah, I think that's same for me. I've had many situations where people talk to me, like I'm talking to them in Cantonese.
Yeah.
And they'll look at me and they're like, I just can't respond.
Your face does not match the sounds you're making.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's like literally like a Chris Tucker thing. Like, can you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Right? That's happening all the time for me. So it's come to the point now that I kind of get used to it and I'm just like expecting it. And when they respond in English, I'm like, oh, it's okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
Like, I tell them, oh, by the way, you're speaking in English.
Right. That's great.
Like, just letting you know you're making the mistake without realizing.
Right.
But yeah, speaking of English, man, I mean, like, the good thing is that now English shows are happening, Cantonese shows are happening.
Yeah.
The world is speaking.
Big shows are like, so we had the very first big show after COVID shenanigans in Hong Kong. We went together.
Yeah.
We had a little cute Hong Kong date.
Yeah, exactly. This was when you say a big
shout out to our buddy Andy who sorted out the tickets. By the way,
thank you so much.
Andy Curtin.
Appreciate.
He sorted out our tickets. Comp tickets. We were pretty close to the front.
I was shocked.
Very nice. Yeah.
I walked in and I was like, they were like, oh, you can sit there. They were like row R. I was like, I walked in like, this is R?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is insane. Yeah. So what happened is Russell Peters came to Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's right.
The day after.
Speaking of Indians.
Yeah, speaking of Indians. Look at that transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of,
we should have done it with the yoga. It would have been more seamless. But
no. Actually, it's correct because he and myself are also Indians, not from India.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we're kind of like Indian, but not really the authentic, original OG Indian. So I think that works out. But yeah, what happened is he came to Hong Kong, performed at Star Hall, which is like this place called Kai Tech, which used to be known for all the rave parties in Hong Kong.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like just the old airport.
It was next to the old airport, but like this was the rave party zone.
So Star Hall itself?
That
Or
whole
just
that,
that
whole
whole
area,
area?
Kai
Yeah,
Tak used
okay.
to be it because like you would know all, and it used to be called High Tech before.
Okay.
But then they realized, oh, we have to say Hong Kong for actual stuff on Hong Kong Island, making
Right.
sure people know that this is actually Kowloon that you come
Right,
to.
right.
So there was that, and then we
Oh,
went.
that's so funny. Is that why they changed it?
I believe
From
so.
high
Yeah.
tech to Kai
It
Tak?
really used to be high tech. Because when I was young, and
Yeah.
I was like, people are like, oh, we're gonna go to high tech. I'm like, why is it high technology? What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right?
too.
And then-
but it's because of it was it's like for Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah,
And then they
exactly.
changed it to Kai Tak and
Yes,
then
yes,
Kowloon.
yes. Yeah, exactly.
That's so
You know,
funny.
and I guess some management guy was like, Kai Tak Airport.
Yeah.
This sounds like Kai Tak. You
Right.
know, it's just like, oh, that's a great idea, John. You know, and then, like they went with that.
So Russell actually made a reference to just like, of course, I would go into something else. Russell made a reference to Kai Tak Airport. Obviously, I have not. Have you seen it in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, yes.
Have you flown into it?
I've flown, but like when you're in the plane, you don't notice we swerved away from the mountain. But that was
Right.
the thing. Like,
so yeah, that
I've
his
been to it,
reference
yeah.
just for the listeners. He made a reference to Kai Tak Airport being like so close to the mountain.
Very difficult.
And then you have to like swerve around.
Correct.
it.
Yeah, that was like I think a very well known thing that when you come to Hong Kong, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the big one. This is the
Really?
one where the pilot gets the challenge.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I mean, like oddly enough, I would have thought they would get a feng shui master
Yeah.
to figure like that mountain's not in the right place.
Right.
But you know what, British colony, they were like, get this feng shui guy out of my face.
Did the Brits build it?
I believe so. It must have been during that time. I mean, I highly doubt before the British took over that we had airports,
Right,
let
yeah,
alone
yeah.
planes coming into Hong
Yeah.
Kong. It would have been pretty dumb that they came and took over Hong Kong through boats, and they're like, we could
Yeah.
have flown here?
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
What the hell?
Yeah, so he did reference that one and how like he was alive enough to fly into Hong Kong
Right.
in a plane that went through Kai Tak.
Yeah.
While some people in the
Which
audience
was a
were-
really cool reference.
Yeah, I mean,
because
he knew
has
the
obviously
history.
been coming here for.
Yeah.
I think he obviously does a lot of crowd work, and that bit was like him picking on like a young guy
kid,
or whatever.
yeah.
And he said that he has been coming to Hong Kong before that kid was born or something
Correct.
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
he said 1999, something like
That's
that.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that one. And the thing I best remember about Kai Tak Airport is that the look and feel of it is pretty much like Heathrow Airport.
I've never been to
London.
Heathrow.
So it's got that typical like every sign is like yellow color. Thing.
Right.
Then
so
again,
it's like a very traditional kind of
yeah, the
airport
old school,
look.
like the
I
lights
like
a bit
that.
warmer,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of old thing. So it used to be like that. I remember.
Yeah, the airports now are all like just feel like hospitals.
Yeah, because they get the bright blue.
The bright
like,
blue,
like,
blue slide. I hate it.
Yeah,
it's so like yeah, I guess you gotta like be like alert.
Yeah.
But you don't have. It's not welcome. It's not cozy.
Yeah,
Like, there's
exactly.
No.
I think that's the thing. They don't want it to be cozy. They're like, get the fuck out. Like, what are you, Tom Hanks filming a movie? Get out of here.
Yeah, now I'm thinking I should go through any airport I've been to. I'm like, I mean, there are airports that are just like good in terms of convenience.
So Qatar was quite dimly lit. I remember when I was in Qatar.
I haven't been to the new one.
Oh, okay,
Because that's
okay,
the one
okay.
they built for the World Cup. That's the one you went through recently.
Yes.
I
that
haven't
was,
been to that
was
one.
quite. I mean, it was nighttime, so maybe it was all the outside light that wasn't coming in, but it was still pretty dimly lit. And I was like, this is weird. Like, why is it so dim? You know what I mean?
Right.
Electricity is that expensive or something?
Yeah.
But I've done a few of those. But generally, yeah, you're right. Most airports are like the daylight light.
Yeah.
And so you walk in, you're like, okay, I'm still awake. I'm
Yeah.
jet lagged. I'm tired, but I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have that. Qatar Airport, though, I must say, one thing I don't like about it, the new one, no free water.
Oh no.
No water fountains. No
Really?
nothing. Yeah, nothing, dude.
Do you think it was a COVID thing?
Might be.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Because you
'cause, like,
traveled like during still like.
I went last year in July in 2022.
Yeah.
So when I was there, now this is what I do, right? Everybody who's ever traveled with me will know I travel with 2 liters of water in my bag. All right, for a few reasons. Number one is I want to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't want to get ripped off. Okay.
That's
Actually,
fair.
priority-wise, I don't want to get ripped off, and
Yeah.
then I want to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that time we went through security to go for the transit area, and I was like, dude, this is a high-tech airport. You know, it has all these labels like, oh, best airport in the world. I'm like, okay, if that, I'm confident they have water.
Yeah.
I go in there with the family. We're in there looking around. I'm like, where's the water? I even asked the concierge, like, I don't do that. I never go to customer service and ask. And it was a guy. Let me clarify something, okay?
Yeah.
When you have a customer service that's a guy, he's judging you.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There's none of that. Oh no, sir, we don't
Yeah.
have this. But he's looking like, you idiot. But he's too ported by water, you know. Right? You have that. And then so I had to actually buy water, and I would shop around since we had like 4 hours.
It's so
to kill.
funny when you you see a customer service guy, like person who's a guy,
Yeah.
and the experience is so different because you feel like he's judging you as opposed to just
absolutely.
like a girl who's like, oh yeah, how can I
Because
help
then
you?
you project yourself onto that person. I
Yeah.
would do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
what
right.
kind of fool doesn't know where the water is? Like, I would do that. So I don't feel bad, but I kind of go like, I know what he's thinking.
Bill Burr has an old bit about like how a guy, his waiter, offered him a cookie after a meal.
Yeah, you're
How
like,
offended
what?
he was.
Yeah, yeah,
And he's like, all I heard is like, do you want a cookie, you pussy? Pussy, pussy. And
With
he's
the
like,
echo.
here's the worst part. I wanted the cookie.
Yeah, I
I just
couldn't
didn't want
take it.
him to offer it.
Exactly.
He's like, I call it. I call the cookie, not you.
Absolutely, right? That's the struggles as men that we have, Like, people don't get this.
Yeah.
We always talk about, equality and DEI and stuff like that. I fully support that, but I'm like, you need to understand.
Yeah.
We have our own struggles.
Yeah.
Now, we create it for ourselves.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't blame nobody for this. This is
No.
all us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the one thing about Qatar Airport. I remember that. I was a bit disappointed. And, I was like, I did find a plug, so I had power to my laptop.
Nice.
So that kept me distracted, not hydrated, distracted.
Did you not try to like find a compromise by getting like tea or something? Because
So
tea is like basically water,
kind
right?
of, yeah, but then the tea was like even more expensive.
Oh,
and it
really?
was all
yeah,
like,
but you get tea at least,
yeah, true.
right?
Yeah, something different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I was adamant on water, and I did find small balls of water, and I ended up just sipping. I was like, I'm still wetting my lip, but
Yeah.
not enough for me to lose the money.
Yeah.
So a lot of that was happening. But yeah,
Actually, I do remember now the one airport. You have been to Singapore.
yes,
Singapore airport is pretty
That
nice.
is insane,
It's a
dude.
really nice airport.
that is like an amusement park in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's still got the
and
old
it's
school.
like it's not as like brightly lit. Like
Yes,
yeah,
it's the old school style.
Exactly.
When I first went to Singapore the first time at the airport, which I'm sure when you get there, you're like, everything's carpeted, okay.
Right.
And you're like, okay. And my favorite thing about that place,
Yeah.
at the gates, if you're lucky at your gate,
Yeah.
they have the foot massage thing.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
insane.
Amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I used to fly there, and if I see that foot massage thing, I will stay there. I don't
Yeah.
care people looking at me going like, sir, do you want to share?
Yeah.
Because I know you're on the same flight as me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, no.
yeah, I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Oh, it's
that's
the
my
best.
chair.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
chair. I got here first, but I
The
must say,
butterfly garden, super nice.
Beautiful.
So relaxing.
It's so good.
Like I thought actually the first time I went, I thought it was kind of gimmicky. So I'm a pretty cynical person. Like I can judge stuff before even seeing it.
Correct.
I'm like, I'm gonna go there to confirm that
Yeah.
I know it sucks.
yeah.
Like I'm going there, I'm like, yeah, it sucks. What a gimmick. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna post about how
Didn't
how,
need that.
Yeah, whatever. We didn't need that.
Yeah.
Haha. And I go there, I'm like, I'm very relaxed. It's so nice.
It's insane.
It's very distracting. Like I literally put my phone away. I just kept looking at, because there's also like bees and stuff, like honeycombs. Like
Yeah.
it's full on.
It's full on. I mean,
Yeah.
they also had like this big clock that is this abstract clock where like it doesn't tell you the number, but
Yeah.
it says shapes and you figure out the time.
Yeah.
You got that.
Yeah.
The new terminal I think is the one that they got a bit more blue light, brighter light thing.
Oh.
The old classic 1 and 2,
Yeah.
that has got the
I love that
comfortable.
one.
That is really good.
Really nice.
Really, really
There's a
good.
big waterfall thingy.
Yeah. They have that entertainment area.
Yeah.
That's the
Sometimes I
place-
think I flew out once when there was like some lady playing a violin.
Yeah.
Like just to like relax everybody or
Correct,
whatever.
yeah.
It's
See,
very
that
nice.
that is so smart.
Yeah.
And it's not huge. It's compact and cozy.
Yeah.
That's why I definitely give props to Singapore or Changi Airport.
Yeah.
They deserve to be like the best one in the world.
I agree.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one as well. And that's the place actually inspired me. One of my older bits I had was talking about how there's a gym at the airport. Because over there, so I'll tell you this.
There's
right?
a
So
gym?
There's a gym.
Oh, wow.
So I was walking around and I saw like entertainment area,
Yeah.
lounge and everything. I said gym. And I was like, why is there a gym at the airport?
Yeah.
Now, logical brain tells me, yeah, because people are in transit, they have nothing to do, go work
Right.
out. Some people go for business trips and this is the only time they get to work out. Great, I get that. So I go to the gym, I walk in. First thing that I ask is like, is there like a membership? And they're like, no, sir. This is an airport. what do you think?
I
like,
mean, your membership is your ticket.
yeah.
If you're
and-
flying.
Yeah, if you manage to get into the airport, you're a
Exactly.
member. Right?
What a dumb question.
No question, right? I'm like, oh, do I have to sign up for a 24-month contract
Yeah.
and stuff like that? And in my head, I'm thinking like, wow, you must be such a badass.
Right.
Like when people travel and they're like, oh, I went to Bangkok to see the mountains and stuff. You're like, I went to Singapore to work out.
Right,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty badass,
Yeah.
right? So I go there and I'm looking around. I'm not going to work out because I have my flight soon. And I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, treadmill, weights and everything. I'm all right. And then they show me the bathrooms and all that. There's the shower area.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, back then there were not that many showers. There were way more equipment than showers.
Right.
Which means there's a possibility. Let's say everyone on the next flight that I'm on
Right.
is working out.
Yeah.
10 people working
Not
out.
everyone showered on
Exactly.
time. Oh,
right?
no.
It will
Yeah.
happen because someone's going to be like, oh, I think it's time to go shower.
Yeah.
They realize everyone's thinking the same thing.
Singapore airport does have free showers outside.
I think so,
Actually.
yeah. But then that requires you to take your smelly self
Yeah, that's
all the way
true.
to that shower.
In very humid country too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's humid. That's the
Yeah.
only one thing I don't like is like it's always humid.
Oh, there's many things I don't like. Let's just stay at the
only
airport.
yeah. Don't leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's not leave the airport.
I agree with that. The airport is a good one. The moment you step out, you're like, ah.
Yeah. Can I go back to the
Yeah,
airport?
exactly. Give me Changi again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I highly recommend if you get a chance, go to Singapore as transit.
Yeah.
Don't go to Singapore as
Yeah.
tourist. Then you
I
definitely
think as
enjoyed it.
tourists is fine. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like
3 days.
it's a Hong Kong hobby to like talk shit about Singapore,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of stuff that are cool about it. I think we might have covered this long time ago on the podcast, but like, I think 3 days.
3 days. I always say 3 days is the
Yeah.
limit. I've never enjoyed myself past the third day.
I have canceled like I would usually do Omar's gig on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I tried to hook up with the other guys for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I've canceled the second show a couple of times because I was so bored.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's the
sorry
one
guys,
thing.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm just like not coming.
Universal Studios done. Night Safari done. I'm just like, okay, then
Yeah.
what day are we on? We're still on the first day. How am I still on the first day? Because the Night Safari's at night. Ah, you idiots. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why are you making this stuff efficient?
Right.
Yeah. So 3 days, I always tell people, go there, enjoy it, try everything, eat everything. 3 days time, you've
Yeah.
covered the whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to try.
I mean, I do want to come back, like, because last time I was there 2019, so basically right before COVID. My friends, obviously, a lot of people from Hong Kong moved to Singapore, and they say it's much more like there's a lot of more outdoorsy stuff to do. So apparently, my very close friend who moved there recently said that the whole city is now bike friendly. Like there are bike lanes everywhere,
Oh,
which
okay.
I'm really
I'm
up for.
impressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm really into. Because Shanghai is like that, and that's one thing I don't like about Hong Kong is how it's so not bike friendly or
Yeah.
scooter friendly.
it would save me so much time.
Yeah.
If I could scoot around and bike
Yeah.
around, my God.
I'm so used to electric scooter. Even after living here for almost 4 years, I still miss my electric scooter and how convenient it was. Obviously, here there's a lot
The
of
hills,
uphill
yeah.
and downhill, but there's still Queens Road, for example, is a pretty straight.
Yeah.
Just do a bike lane there.
Correct. Yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
even
all
if
the
not
main
bikes.
Daewoo, Queens Road, like the ones that cut
Yeah.
along the island.
Yeah.
You can have bike lanes there.
Honestly, scooter lane. Bike lane.
yeah.
Forget even the bikes. I think bikes being too bulky and everything.
Yeah.
I get it, especially
Yeah.
with Hong Kong here, this area.
Yeah.
But yeah, scooter lane.
Scooter and
you're
bicycles.
holding onto your
Yes.
arm and walk down there, and boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
would love that.
the whole promenade of Hong Kong from Kennedy Town all the way to like Taiwan.
Yeah.
Just make like one scooter lane.
Exactly.
Done.
Yeah.
It'd be so good.
That would be very good. And Hong
Yeah.
Kong is obviously all about rules. Like you can make it illegal for people to go on like up and downhill, like Sign Point and this, because that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not want to do that. So you can make it illegal there. But then on the main flat streets, Daewoo, Queens Road, and all of that, you can just make it.
Yeah.
Make bike lanes. It would be
Exactly.
very cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, balls in your court, Hong Kong government.
So Russell Peters came.
Yeah, I bet you anything. When he arrived in Hong Kong, he probably had to say the one phrase they're trying to push everyone to say, which is "Hello, Hong Kong."
Yeah. So he opened very weirdly because he literally the first words that came out of his mouth was "Good afternoon."
Yeah,
which was
it
a
was an
very
evening
strange
show.
opening. Yeah,
I thought it was maybe some
like
sort of
8:30
reference.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought so too, but then obviously we both have done gigs when you're like you don't know where the fuck you are
Yeah,
anymore.
I get it.
And I feel like that was one of these things that he was just on autopilot.
Yeah.
It was at a blur. He's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say stuff.
Yeah.
But just a note on the opening. The opening was very strange.
Yeah. I remember that because like the whole thing gunning into the room as he always has as a DJ start from scratch, I believe, doing music, and I was like, okay, nice. Also,
Yeah.
this time it wasn't just music; it was also video VJing as well.
Right, yeah.
So that was nice
That
to
was
see.
cool. Yeah.
Opening
Like
act and then-
weird, like old school kind of music. Yeah.
But well, before we get into the show, I want to like talk about the whole getting into. So first of all, it's been a long time since I've actually gone to Kai Tak or Star Hall or
Right.
that area
Yeah.
to not work.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to go out of your way to this place
No.
just because you just want to go there. It's
No.
got a few shots, but there's nothing that you're like, I have to go there to buy
And
this.
that mall is also like weird in the sense that I don't imagine it being like fully functional when there is no show like this.
Yeah.
Because there's like whole 2 floors that are basically empty.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very weird.
It's really weird. Like
it feels like an abandoned kind of mall.
So I think what's happened over there is that they tried to use the mall concept, but then Megabox came out, Telford Plaza, all that stuff is like way too convenient next to the train
Yeah.
station. You're so far off.
Yeah.
So what they try to do is they'll have big exhibitions of booths, like a bazaar.
Right.
And
yeah.
that way will attract a whole bunch of people to come in, and then they'll come to the shops as well. Of course,
Yeah.
they're hoping for the shows will drive. But then if you're coming for a show, you're not going to be like, let me shop before the show.
Yeah.
You're not thinking that.
Yeah, why is there like, clothes shop? or
Exactly, right?
whatever?
Who's getting
Yeah.
it? Then again, there's closed shops in the MTR station. So, it's always confusing for
I mean,
everybody.
I wouldn't. I think that's okay. Like, you know, if you're like, oh
I mean,
shit, I forgot my jacket.
I get
Here.
it. Yeah, I mean, but
Luckily,
my point is
there's
like
a shop.
exactly. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think there's enough people in Hong Kong are forgetting like their shirt.
Right.
To justify a full shop, you
That's
know.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, one of those. Like, what I'm saying is that in Kai Tak as well, you have obviously a lot of food. You have like I believe a parket shop as well.
Right.
You have the 759 shop as well. So for snacks, people go there, buy their stuff, and come back,
Sure.
and that's the goal. But a closed shop, I'm like, well, this is weird.
It is weird.
View TV though, the channel 96.99,
Yeah.
they have their studio there.
Right.
So
It looks very nice.
looks
Like
very
you
cool.
showed it to me.
Yeah.
Looks very like very
Very
studio,
hip,
like
very-
new studio kind of like feel.
Legit kind of has a
Yeah.
big screen at the entrance thing.
Old
like, just like
glass,
show-
yeah.
yeah, that kind of deal. But then what I always do is, first of all, if you've ever gone to that place, you know that from the MTR station, you have to take a shuttle bus there or
Yes.
walk there.
Yeah.
Right? The shuttle bus usually is pretty fast, especially when there's a show. But it's one of those shuttle buses where the seats are way too tiny
Yeah.
for an English-speaking audience. And I knew, I was like,
Right.
man, this is going to suck. I'm
Yeah.
going to sit next to this big guy.
Yeah.
Not happening. So I was like, I'm just going to walk over there. Now, before I go there, I also know that if you're dumb enough, no, sorry, I shouldn't say that word. If you end up, if you end up actually at Kai Tak and then you're hungry, you're limited to the choices that they have.
Okay, you can go back to dumb enough because
Yeah.
you are pointing at me with your other hand.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody, just my
Yeah.
finger is at this direction. Maybe that's the direction for Mecca. Who knows,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like the issue is that I've been there enough times where I'm like, I know exactly what food there is, and I'm not having that.
Yeah.
I just want to eat properly. I know it'll be a long line. Just like when I go do gigs in Asia World Arena.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not limiting myself to like Pacific Coffee.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had my dinner, everything sorted out beforehand. Went over there. I met you, and I see you at Subway. And my
Yeah.
first words was amateurs.
Okay, well, not everyone just comes from home, okay?
Yeah.
I came from my office on the other side of...
Hold on, I didn't come from home. I had like my whole backpack of
Oh,
trekking.
yeah, you
remember?
did. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because like I had a long day from 10:30 in the morning. I had a
Yeah.
school talk. I had meetings. I had this and that. I had a whole bunch of stuff happening, and then
Yeah.
I came straight. So I have a backpack. And anybody who's ever seen me, this is my big bag. This is my travel bag where it's like, dude,
Right,
this
yeah,
guy
yeah,
is
that's
hiking.
the proper one.
Yeah, the legit.
Yeah.
This has everything
Which
in
got
it.
you in a bit of trouble when you're walking.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
yes, so there is like, yeah, all the fast food options. There is obviously a lot of dummies like
Yeah,
me
yeah.
who made the same mistake. And so I first tried McDonald's.
Yeah.
Because between Subway and McDonald's, I will pick McDonald's.
Fair
Like,
enough,
Subway
fair
is
enough.
just like,
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when
just
you're like,
rough.
just give me some food now.
Yeah, exactly. Rough.
I like there's one reason
McDonald's
I
at least like it's terrible for you, but it's like drugs.
Yeah,
it's terrible for you,
but you're
still,
gonna
like,
enjoy it.
You'll enjoy. Oh, I will
Right?
enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, Subway, the reason I don't eat Subway now for twofold. Number one, enjoyment level is pretty low.
Yeah, very
Secondly
low.
is when I first started everything like 15, 20 years ago,
Yeah.
that was my go-to meal because it was so cheap.
Right.
That'd be every meal of my life.
Which is not cheap anymore.
not cheap anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be like, I think a 19 Hong Kong dollar for a foot long.
What?
Yeah, dude. Every Tuesday they have one special meal.
Yeah.
That is gonna be this one is $19 today for a foot long, and
Oh
I would
my
go there
God.
every day and get whatever that
I
is.
mean that will already raise your enjoyment level just on the money that you save.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just looking at my wallet while I'm eating was
Exactly.
good enough. And I was like, this is still pretty tasty.
Yeah.
This is a taste of savings.
Yeah. yeah, exactly.
So that's the one thing I don't do now. Like Subway,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
now
eat
it's
it
like
at all.
I think the average foot long sandwich is like 100.
30. Yeah, it's a foot long probably like 100 maybe.
Yeah, it's 100
Yeah, I think
because
like 40
I got
something
like
for the normal.
6 foot.
Yeah,
6 foot,
6 inch, yeah.
and it was like 60 whatever, and it was like the
That's
standard.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, my
Wow.
God. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of people over there.
But yeah, McDonald's had a 30-minute waiting time.
Yeah, not happening.
Which I've never seen at a McDonald's in my life before.
So much for fast food.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, more like I'll
I
take my
mean,
time.
So turns out, actually, I had thought. What do you think? How many people do you think were at the show?
I think it was 8,000 or 10,000.
No, not that much.
Wait,
No.
not that much.
Actually,
Oh.
we're like very opposite.
Oh, really?
You
You
thought
thought,
it's
like-
way more, and
Yeah.
I thought it's way less.
Oh,
because it was a sold out show.
Yes.
And I thought it's like 1,000 people.
No, that's way more thousand. I know what 1,000 looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually 3,000.
it was only 3,000.
Yeah. 3,000 people. Yeah.
I am shocked, man.
Yeah.
Like I really thought that was like 8,000 people. But
No.
then again, we were sitting all the way in the front.
We were
so
in the front, yeah.
the cheap tickets were so far away
Yeah.
that I couldn't. Like normally, I watch shows from the back.
Yeah.
So I can see all the crowd. I'm like, this is exactly.
So I think if you stood in the back, you might have had a better idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I checked with Andy who ran the show.
Yeah.
And it's or booked the show rather, and it's 3,100 something.
Oh, that's pretty
Or
alright.
the- yeah.
Okay, after COVID and everything, that's pretty.
Oh yeah,
impressive.
yeah. And Live Nation did a great job. Like I used to work for them, and they have like they do spend money on like security and stuff like
Yeah.
that to just like they don't skimp on stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I
So the
think it was
staffing is
smooth.
there. It's very smooth.
Very smooth.
Like there is no there was no bottlenecks that I can think of.
Yeah. You just
Yeah,
go
it
in,
was very
people
smooth.
line up, you had the security checking bags, and this came to the moment.
Uh-oh.
I came in. And
So yeah, we went to Subway. We met a few friends who were at the show, and one of them is Peter Balak. Shout out
Yeah.
to Peter, who is a good friend of ours and a regular listener. And we walk.
Yeah.
We go to the show.
we go into the show, and this professional, or calling other people amateurs,
Yeah, exactly.
walks with his huge bag. And on that one day, I decided, hey, you know what? Today I have to travel to Tai Po and
Yeah.
Shatin. It'll be really nice because I'll finish teaching around 5:30.
Yeah.
I'll get the sunset. Let me get a few shots with me on the sunset.
and you
everything.
knew you're going to a show later.
And yeah, I had all that in my head, but I'm not gonna miss it. Because again, this is when you read too many books about like seize the opportunity, right? And I'm over there. It's a heritage museum,
Yeah.
Bruce Lee thing. I got to do all that stuff before I come to the show.
Right.
So I do all that. I get the sunset shot, which sucks when I looked at it like that wasn't worth it at all, right?
Yeah.
Seize the moment, but add some skill to it. you know?
Right.
So I had that. I had my camera and my tripod in my bag. Now my camera's in a pouch in the bottom of my bag, and I
Yeah.
just opened it up. I'm like, yeah, look what do you want? Whatever. The guy sees my tripod. He's like, camera. I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
tripod. He's like, oh no, and then he sends me to the other person next door to
Yeah.
collect and keep your items that are basically prohibited.
Yeah.
In other words, my huge ass camera
Right, yeah.
is prohibited because, like, God forbid I take that huge thing and start filming the show.
I was gonna say, to be honest, like that is kind of dumb to like be hung up on that. I understand there are rules. Rules are no cameras. We get it. But at the same time, if you have like basically a cinema level, like a cinema grade camera,
Yeah.
you're not gonna use it because
can't.
it's so fucking obvious.
It's obvious, exactly. That number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I'm like, yeah, hold on. If I really wanted to film this, wouldn't I get like the DJI kind of mini camera thing that
Exactly.
the travel
You
camera?
should be looking for like GoPros,
Yeah.
not like
These
crazy
ones, yeah,
big
exactly.
camera.
Right?
Yeah.
So then they send me over to security, and they're like, "Oh, we have to keep this until the end of the show." I'm like, "No problem. Give me my ticket."
Yeah.
I'm ticket number one. Like even they're confused. Like, oh, we have to open this new pack
Yeah.
of ticket numbers just for this guy. You idiot! Why would you do this?
Yeah.
So I give them the thing. They keep it away, and after the whole show finishes, I go collect it. There are only 2 cameras in the box.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, someone else did that. They're like, yeah, they didn't realize they had the camera in their bag.
Right, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, look
They're
at
not
us.
like you still.
Yeah, yeah. They came with a mistake.
Right,
I
right.
came intentionally
Yeah, and-
with this. I put
And
the
they
camera
put
in
it
my
in
bag.
like Ziploc bags.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
actual like food Ziploc bag.
Exactly. I'm like that. Adds
Which was
what-
kind of pointless. Like they could have just kept it.
yeah,
in
just
the,
keep
in
it.
its
Yeah,
box,
exactly. Just
in
tag
its-
it.
its,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, in the
carry,
pouch.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess they wanted to make sure there's no extra things attached. Like, oh,
Right.
there was a keychain.
Right,
Where's
right.
the keychain?
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I remember we did all that stuff to put the camera away. We went and found a seat.
Yeah.
We sat there, and I think the beginning part, people were coming in. We're looking at the crowd,
Mm.
like, okay. Now I must say, every time I've ever been to a Russ Peter show, whether at watching or helping or whatever,
Mm.
I always am shocked about how I don't recognize comedy going faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know-
I share the same impression like
Yeah.
you. I'm like, these are not obviously you more than me, but we both have been in this market for
Yeah.
long enough to kind of have a feel of like, oh yeah, that's a comedy going.
Yeah.
like it's still
You
a
would see
pretty
the-
small
yeah.
market. This like, oh yeah, this is a regular face I've seen at shows. And obviously, we don't claim that we have screened all 3,000
Obviously,
people,
yes,
but
yes,
you
yes.
still get a feel.
vibe, yeah.
Those people are not the comedy going crowd.
Yeah, not the regular like Thursday night comedy show. I'll go
No.
watch a show, see what it's like. This crowd was there with a mission. They were
Yes.
like, I'm here to see Russell Peters.
Yes.
I know him. I've seen him. I support him. I'm here to enjoy the show.
Right.
And you could sense it. Now, the one thing though is that this is surprising to me is that normally at the Chinese show, you get the audience where they're sitting around. They're like, okay, just wait and do nothing. I see a lot of times, let's say at concerts and everything, you might see people like, moving around the music and all that. I did not notice that. I noticed most people just sitting there calmly waiting. They're like, I'm
Yeah.
here for a mission.
Yeah.
This DJ start from scratch. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Continue on with what you're
Yeah.
doing. And I must say, I do appreciate the video thing. The one thing I did point out to Mo is that I am so, this issue with me is that they had a countdown clock.
Yeah.
Right? And the clock had numbers on it, right?
Yeah.
And my only comment about that clock was, I don't like the
The
font.
font.
Like, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, this is a great idea. Let them know in 5 minutes time you better sit down because the show's going to start,
Exactly.
whatever it is. Good concept. They're tagging like, please follow a DJ start from scratch, stuff like that.
Right.
All good. And I'm just going like, dude, why that font?
Yeah.
Like, you can definitely do a better font than that.
It's a bad font.
Yeah,
I agree. I actually agree with you, but it didn't bother me as
it
much
didn't
as
bother
it
you,
did.
but it really bothered me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you even have your own Russell Peters fonts and everything. Why
Yeah.
are you not using this? This
Yeah.
is insane.
I mean, the the screen stuff, I feel like it was like outdated, and not even outdated is not the right word, but I feel like no one really looked at it for a while because the opening act, they put his Instagram account, and actually that Instagram account does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
He does have another one. So I think the one on screen said comedian Vishal or whatever his name was.
Vishnu Vaka.
Vishnu
Yeah,
Vaka.
yeah.
It said comedian Vishnu Vaka. That was his
Instagram,
handle.
yeah.
Actually now it's Vishnu Vaka comedy.
There you go.
Like-
Exactly.
No one looked at this. The whole team, a whole production, a whole...
You know why?
Yeah.
Because the font was so bad. They're like, don't let me see that shit. I cannot
Yeah.
even lay my eyes on
Yeah.
that. If they use a better font, they're like, oh, we got to proofread this. They're like, I
Right.
can't look at that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Knowing
So-
how these guys can be pretty like strict on, like, I remember working like bigger shows like this, and even like if you want to change anything on the poster, for example, you have to get approval from
Correct.
his team.
Yeah.
Anything. It can be like a phone number, it can be an email address, it can be anything, and they have to approve it again. Knowing that, that's a weird one to miss. It's
Yeah.
including the comedian himself.
Yeah.
The opening act is like,
Especially being your handle, man. I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
the
Being
one
your
thing-
handle
yeah.
in front of like all these people.
Yeah.
Which also makes me think that this is the same writer for the entire tour, which means he has been giving the wrong handle for the whole tour.
Maybe that's probably why he like lost like 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be so bizarre. Yeah, so I mean, all the small things, but then we're coming from a comedian point of view,
Of course.
and hence
Yeah.
we're like picking on these small things.
Oh, we're
and other
picking on
things.
everything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's not even like we're not sitting there like old people like, look how well. It's
Oh,
like-
yeah.
It's just like there's a lot of details, but we are also in the minority. We talked about this after the show.
Yeah.
We are in the minority. Like you can see people around us are just happy to see the guy they wanted to come see,
Correct,
which was
yeah.
your point. It's
Fair
like,
enough.
They're
I
just
mean-
there to see. They're not even looking at the screen behind them. They're
Forget-
looking
yeah.
directly at him. I'm like,
Absolutely.
I can't believe he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I came back home and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I remember that time when Bill Burr came to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And I like got tickets the moment I saw the ad. I'm like, I don't care. I'm buying 3 tickets right now. Whether whoever's coming with me, I'm getting these tickets first.
Yeah.
And I was sitting, I think, like the 3rd row from the front.
Yeah.
At Cyberport in the little restaurant thing that he was doing. And honestly, yeah, like half the show, my brain was like, that's Bill Burr.
Yeah.
That is Bill Burr. Like I heard everything he said, but my brain was like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
looking at Bill Burr say the things I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
And I get it.
I to be honest, like, also same guy, Bill Burr. I've never seen him, but if I go to the show, I would probably be that. Like,
Yeah. Dude, I know like a few people in my list that like Jerry Seinfeld's one of them as well, just because
Yeah.
the level of influence is too high.
Yeah, but also Seinfeld is like,
a legend in his own way.
legend,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough. But I mean, like the point is that in today's world, I get it when a lot of the new kids are like, oh, Seinfeld, well, whatever. I'm like, I get it. My influence by him is a different level. Because like I
course.
said, growing up, that's the only thing I could watch.
Yes.
So if I get to see him in person, I'm like, oh my God, this guy used to be 2D. I
Yeah.
read all his books and all his specials, whatever.
Yeah,
He's in front of me right now.
yeah,
If he even looks at me,
yeah.
I will lose
melt.
it.
Yeah.
I will lose it. Or if he acknowledges me, it's over. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't take it. This
Yeah.
is too much. You know, like you actually know I exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So small things like that.
Which is so funny because having been with you at the show, you got recognized like 15 times.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
and
so
I was kind of
fun.
like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you. You know.
So yeah, we sat at Subway for a little bit, obviously going in and out of the show and hanging out afterwards with some of the Live Nation people after the show. You were recognized so many times. I was recognized 0 times. Yeah, like people were like, and asked for. Thank God, like I wasn't as. Like, it didn't bother me obviously that you're recognized. I was not, but it would have bothered me a lot if someone asked me to take the picture.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
me.
fuck
You're like,
off.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude, not happening, man. Take your damn
Luckily,
selfie.
it didn't exactly.
Yeah, I
Luckily,
can
it didn't
help.
happen.
Yeah.
But I was like in the corner, like,
What about me?
What about me?
I perform in the same show.
Yeah.
What's going on? Did you remember that other show?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I forget. Look, I honestly that night, in my head, I was really, really grateful when people were like, oh, hey, can I take a picture with? I'm like, whoa, you're here to see this other comic.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see me, you want to take a picture with me. I really appreciate that.
I mean, those people also could not afford the meet and greet. Otherwise, they would take a picture with him too.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it is obvious. The meet and greet people were there for a mission, as I
Yes,
said, right?
yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting, and it really. I don't know, like every time I see people recognize me, especially at these kinds of events, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a little pat on my back, and like, hey man, you know, good
You've
job.
done something right.
You know?
Yeah.
But then it's also kind of me going like, hold on a second, why am I not the one on stage?
Yes,
You know, there's
yeah.
a little bit of that competitiveness
Yeah.
that comes out. But yeah, I really, if you ever see me on the streets, don't be shy. Come on over and say, hey, dude, like
Yeah.
your comedy. I've always told
Unless
people,
you're a cop.
yeah, unless I'm a cop. Then don't be like, don't like my
No,
comedy.
not unless not you are a cop.
No,
unless
they are a cop. Yeah, exactly. Then don't come over. It's good. Just watch my comedy. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Don't no need to let me know you watched it. We're good with that one.
I mean, they do watch it. They just
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're screening everything that's happening.
Yeah.
They just,
I mean, for you particularly, because you're like obviously like
a little bit well-known kind
an
of
outlier kind of.
That as well, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like what is a brown guy saying? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like-
We better be sure. I was like, hold on a second. I heard.
and they can understand you, which is
Yeah.
great.
Luckily, they're not a waiter in Shanghai, so they're not having that problem of like, I hear the words.
Right,
What
yeah.
language is this? Because
Yeah.
it sounds like Cantonese, but it cannot be.
I did like there was a funny little incident when you went to the bathroom and I was outside and then I went after you.
Yes.
That was so funny. So I didn't know.
All right, I'll tell you. I
Yeah,
went
you
in.
tell me from your perspective
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you what my story.
So I went in, did my thing, didn't get interrupted. Very respectful of all the other guys in the bathroom at
Yeah.
the moment. Then these two other guys, Indian guys, taller guys, came in. They're like, "Oh, hey, you're Vivek, the comedian." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, enjoy the show." I step out and you go in, right?
Right.
And then you
So-
go in.
and then
and
I
you
go
hear the-
in and then here's what I hear. I go in and I'm peeing by the urinal and I'm just hearing the guys like, oh yeah, this guy, like he's very funny, whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like I'm sure they talk about Vivek because he just, and he's like, yeah, he performs in English, in Cantonese, and Hindi.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, he does not even speak Hindi.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
do not want to, like, I don't want to
Yeah.
burst their bubble, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they spoke so highly of you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's so funny. I haven't seen him for a while. And they said like a couple of things. And some guy said like, I'm so glad to see him here, something like that.
Yeah, okay, there you
And
go.
it's
Yeah.
really sweet.
I mean, it's very sweet. The fact that they thought.
But then I was washing my hands and looking in the mirror. I'm like, should I tell them? I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, let them think so. They'll wait for the next Hindi show.
Yeah.
Which will probably be in like 3033.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be another reincarnation of me before I do that show.
Do you think, is there no young Vivek in Hong Kong? There's no young brown guy who performs in Cantonese?
There's no other Indian guy that performs stand-up in Cantonese in Hong Kong.
Is there anyone who's not Chinese or ethnically Chinese who performs
There
in
have been
Cantonese?
a few, but-
I know obviously there was the actor who was on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But that's an actor.
Yeah,
Talking
that's
about
an actor.
stand-up.
No. There's no like non-Chinese stand-up
Really?
comedian in Hong Kong. Yeah, I mean, you'll have a few non-Chinese actors who might, like, for example, Kilbobo Gil Paul.
Yeah.
He's the actor, and he's done his own little stand-up, but it was more like a drama thing where he had different personas.
Sure.
You know, one of those character
yeah.
kind of stand-up things.
Or like a one-man show.
Yeah.
more
You
than
know, one
like
of those where like now he's the correctional officer, and now
Sure.
he's that kind of a deal. So
Yeah.
it wasn't pure form stand-up.
So you're like in the history of Hong Kong, you're the only ethnically non-Chinese person
Correct.
who ever performs like
in
stand-up
Cantonese.
in Cantonese.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's insane, right?
That's insane.
Yeah, I think it just adds a whole extra level of complication because, like, okay, speaking Cantonese, there are tons of non-Chinese that speak Cantonese,
Yes.
right? Performers, yeah, you get drama, singing, and everything.
Sure.
But the stand-up comedy, because again, the difficulty of entry is so much higher.
Yes.
That for them, to
Even
go,
with
like,
your first language.
yeah, even with your first language, so it's like that being a second language as well, and also just people think like, hold on a second, so I could write one joke, use it once, and that's it. I could write one song, use it for 20 years.
Right.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
What's the level of complication here? It's like saying learn Mandarin or Cantonese. As much as I love Cantonese, if someone's like, which one should I learn? I'm like, I'll be honest with you, learn Mandarin.
Definitely
Because
learn
you'll probably, number one, use it more.
Yeah.
Number two, also, the chance of you learning it,
Yeah.
way higher.
Way higher.
Way higher,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like more
And
like a...
like case in point, there is a bunch of foreigners who perform, including Andy and Drew Frey, like who both obviously were in the podcast, but also there are bigger guys. Dashan is huge in
Huge, yeah.
China. So is this other guy, Jesse Appel, who speaks even better Mandarin than Dashan. And he's not as big, and he's moved back to the US now, but he still does Chinese shows. And those guys speak like I have been in situations with Jesse when he was on the phone and the other person on the other line did not know he's not Chinese.
Correct, yeah.
Like it's just insane.
Yeah.
You can master it.
Absolutely,
for sure.
yeah, you can. And there's a system to it as well, with
Yeah.
opinion and all that stuff. But Cantonese is that much more difficult where you can't go with the system.
Yeah.
You have to literally just throw yourself in it and hope to survive.
Right.
Right.
yeah.
So I think that's the benefit I have.
Actually, on that point, Russell did something smart because obviously some people had the masks on, some people had their masks off, whatever. It did not seem, knowing how Live Nation works, if there was a strict mask mandate, they would have reinforced it or enforced it rather. There was not because
Yes.
it's kind of up to people. But I think Russell knew all of that and knew that there was someone who would just walk around, kind of look stuck at the mask, and he has already planned to like point at the guy and antagonize him. And he just said, what did he say?
He said like, "Oh, are you the mask police?"
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, 丟你老母."
And that got like a huge.
People lost it.
I liked it as well. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
smart. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a little local jab.
Yeah.
It makes the audience know that you're like, oh, you did some
Correct.
research. You're like, yeah.
And it's also something that we can all really, yes, you said, but we're all
Yes,
thinking, like,
exactly.
are we still doing this mass police
Yeah.
thing? You know, yeah. I mean, even that
and he
night-
had his camera guy actually
Filming the- yeah.
filming the guy.
'Cause he's on the
and
big
the guy,
screen.
I saw the guy like smirk a little bit. He's like, that's funny.
He's like, what are you gonna do, man? I can't say they quit my job and like give
Yeah.
you the finger. I can't do that, right? Yeah. And he just continued on with his stuff.
Yeah.
I did like how he had Russell had a security guy walk around the room.
He has his
slowly.
own security guy.
Yes, yeah. I recognize the same guy with the beard and
Yeah.
bald head kind of guy walking around.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to see him walk slowly, calmly. And I've always thought in my head, these security guys have been to the show
Yeah.
a billion times.
Yeah.
Right? And it must be so bizarre for them to just hear the same stuff,
Yeah.
or they would know every trick in the bag.
Yeah.
You know, like as a comedian, as much as you do crowd work, you probably have a few tricks in your bag. Like, oh, if I see A, I say B.
Of course.
That's the easy kind of
Yeah.
safety net.
It's like
kind of
almost
deal.
a math equation.
Exactly, yeah. So they would know the moment, like, oh, wait, from Iran, boom, this is gonna
Yeah.
happen. And the security guy would be like, yep, I
Yeah.
knew that one.
Yeah.
I knew that one. And I wonder if there's a moment that Russell does something original, something different. Does the security guy stop and go like,
Yeah.
all right?
Ah,
You
nice.
know, that probably
I saw
happens.
him kind of laughing a couple of times, which makes me think, yeah, he might have heard like a new riff or something.
Yes.
But yeah, he was. It was also the contradiction or juxtaposition. I never know how to say this word.
Juxtaposition, yeah.
Juxtaposition between this guy who's like a big white guy,
Yeah.
no mask.
Yeah.
And then the mask police, which is the Chinese guy with a mask on,
yeah.
and they're both like policing the room. It's
Yeah.
just kind of funny.
I know. I remember that. That was the ironic thing because, like, yeah, you and myself, we got in, we took our mask off for a bit, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna keep my mask off. I just want to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And then I was looking around, like, yeah, right, no one's actually stopping us here. And
Yeah.
even when they see you, they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no one. I don't think actually. I think Russell made a joke about it, but I don't think that guy was actually mask police. He
I
was
don't
just
think-
general
yeah,
security.
I think so. I think
because
he was just-
otherwise there's just way too many people without a mask. on.
Correct. Yeah, it wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense because they'd be like, dude, then why are you even here if you're not really doing your job? Or
Yeah.
it's just there to tick a box. Right?
And I feel like even something like Clock and Flap, which is I think next weekend.
Yeah.
Or this weekend as you're listening, I don't think people will wear masks
I
there.
doubt
That's
it, man.
crazy.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Hong Kong government, now that they're telling the whole world we're open,
Yeah.
if they came down to it and caught someone at a show,
Yeah.
with their mask
It's
off,
such bad
it's gonna
PR.
be such bad PR,
Yeah.
right? Like you just said, there's no restriction. What are you doing over here? You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll see a lot. Like I said, all the PR work that the government's doing now for tourism, all the ads have no masks.
Yes.
So the last
There
time,
was I saw a picture of John Lee with a bunch of like a big I don't know what it was, like some legislative people or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a big group picture of like 20 people and no masks.
No mask, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, legally now, photo taking and no mask is okay.
Okay.
You're allowed to do that. But the whole point, yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, how is this okay when we're on the streets? We have to have
I mean,
our mask
how is
on.
like I feel like the rest of the world don't even talk about COVID anymore. Like
Yeah.
not even mention. It's like
it's over.
literally a thing of the past. It's like the
Correct.
World Cup. No one
Yeah,
talked about it anymore.
exactly, yeah.
It's done. Over.
Exactly, yeah.
Done.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone's just like, you're still on this? Like, oh, so passe, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very weird. And I'm sure for even someone like Russell, he still thinks it's bizarre.
I'm sure, yeah.
It's like, why are people wearing masks?
Yeah, like we're still doing okay, sure, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Asian, I guess, you know. I can get it. Like the more conservative Asian mentality will happen over there.
But it was still like we got actually told, I didn't know, but Live Nation people told us another big name is coming in April, which is very exciting. So yeah, it's very nice to see like big name comedians coming through.
Yeah.
Obviously music too and stuff. Like Wu-Tang Clan, that's huge.
That was huge. When I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, wow.
Oh my god, yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
It's also I really liked how I mean I still think it's expensive, but that's a different point. I did like how they timed the announcements.
Yeah.
And that was like they're like bam,
That was
sold
it.
out,
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, they had it going. They're like, you guys just wait.
Yeah, exactly.
The people who bought the loyal people who came to support
Yeah.
the music, you're in for a treat.
Exactly.
Everyone else,
Who you were
scramble.
waiting? Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Go nuts and scramble,
Yeah.
guys, you know.
I did like that. That was very smart. Like
Yeah, yeah.
strategic timing,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
announcement on the
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan.
I mean, that's what I mean. I'm hoping with all that, that they'll see that things are back to kind of, well, not back to normal, but like enough that to come on over and do shows and stuff. And then
Yeah.
hopefully that way, all the overseas people will be like, hey, you know what? Let's fly some guys from Hong Kong as well to our big event.
Yeah.
You know, like the one thing that I really missed the most is that before COVID, there was a lot of like, let's say a show in Kuala Lumpur or whatever. Like, hey, you know what? Let's get Vivek from Hong Kong, or let's get some Hong Kong comedians or whatever, right? Then it stopped.
Yeah.
And now you're not even on their radar because they're
Yes.
like, oh, there's a
because
lot
they
of
have been working for the last like 2 years or at least 1 year.
Yeah.
When we were In quarantine.
Correct. And so they were like, oh, because I remember they had asked, like, hey, you want to come down? I was like, I really can't, because even with the 7 days thing,
Yeah.
I'm paying the hotel. It's going to cut in the fees I'm making. And then all those 7 days, I don't get any gigs. I
Yes.
can't do nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's a silly sacrifice to quote unquote upkeep your brand. But I'm like, I'll have to rebuild it after that.
Of
So I think
course.
a lot of that is happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so live shows and stuff. We watched the show, finished the show. Saw people hung out. We also even got a glimpse of the meet and greet crowd.
Yeah.
We got some of that. I'm like, you could just tell with their
Yeah.
poster, walking around like,
Yeah.
poster, right? The kid that, I believe that the people that Russell did pick on or make fun of did get invited to the back.
Yeah, so usually I don't think it's like that, and Andy can correct us on the WhatsApp group, but I think actually a lot of the times the people in the front 2 rows
Are already
it's
meet and greet.
included. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I figured as well.
Because those
like-
are like very expensive tickets.
correct, yeah. So you better make sure that
Yeah.
you're only exclusively playing with that
That's
crowd.
right. Yeah.
And I guess that
and actually from his point of view, he can actually only the first 2 or 3 rows are lit up anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't actually see past that. Obviously, we have both been on like theater stages when you can't see anybody.
Yeah.
So I think he purposefully lights up the first 2 or 3 so he can see them and do
Correct.
crowd work with them.
Yeah, I think that is fair, because like if I paid, let's say, a big hefty fee, and I see this other kid who's paid like 10% of what I paid getting
Yeah.
a crowd, I'm like, well, hey,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it. This is also the part of the business.
Yeah, and if I say, like, hypothetically, if I have this money and I want to sit in the front and be picked on,
Yeah.
I will make sure that he sees me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily, like, obviously, like, heckle him or whatever, but I would, for example, wear something flashy. Yeah,
wear a red shirt. With
With something ridiculous on my
Purposely
shirt.
wear like a mask with a Chinese flag on it. Something
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Be like, oh.
Or like a fedora or
Oh,
something.
absolutely, yeah. Where he will be like, okay, this guy wants my attention.
Yes, exactly.
I won't pick on him first.
Yeah, of
because
course.
he's ready to play.
Yeah.
I'll play with someone else.
Yeah.
And then I'll call out on you.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, girl.
Yeah.
I see this. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pretend this is not happening. Why?
Yeah.
And you get into it. You're like, oh, I just want to get your attention, man. Well, you got my attention. So
Yeah.
what about it?
One with the downside of that, because obviously Instagram is full of clips of like comics doing crowd work, and the downside of that, like now I have seen even comics that are like Sam Morrell and Mark Norman and these guys, I can tell that the people they're doing crowd work with are like the person responding in the audience is just like there to like play. He's not genuine anymore.
Yeah.
Like I saw Sam Morrell does a lot of clips of like him like offering drinks to people when they're drinking. Like, what are you drinking? And like there are guys just like fuck with him basically.
Yeah.
Because they know it's a game now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how many drinks you have? 20. I'm like, all right, just answer.
Yeah, just be honest, man.
Just be honest. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like he's a great comedian.
Yeah,
He will work with it.
Yeah.
Just don't be part of. Yeah. That
And
just annoys me.
Same. Like
But then it feeds itself, right? Because the comics now keep posting these clips.
Yeah.
And then audience go to the shows expecting
To play with them.
To play with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. I always tell the audience that the truth is the best fun is when you're just honest.
Yeah.
And even if we make fun of it, we're really genuinely making fun of the reality that you're living in.
Of course.
Rather than like, oh, I'm an astronaut. No, you're not. But okay, let's go with that. Now that
Yeah.
you said it, So in my Cantonese shows before, like I do much less crowd work now, mostly because number one, I used to do it a lot more just for fun. And number two, I was like, I really want to challenge myself where I want all material.
Right.
And I remember like every now and then you get the cheeky guy. And they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm an astronaut. I'm like, okay. And then what I will go with it is I'm like, I'm going to go dead on this and be totally honestly interested in
Right.
this job to the point that you're like, oh, I can't make this up anymore.
that's
Now,
a great strategy.
Yeah.
If they're like making something up,
I will believe it
Yeah,
wholeheartedly
yeah.
and then go
but
with
you
it.
dig for details until they basically like you
Yeah.
can't get out of the hole anymore.
Yeah, they dug their. So like, I remember this one. I think an astronaut thing, and then I was like, "Oh, really? That's so cool!" Like, everyone's kind of like, "Does he really believe him? Like, really? Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Because I can only see the moon. What else can you see? What? Tell me all the stars. Like,
Yeah.
No, when was the last time we went on the moon? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, I didn't know. Oh wait, huh? You don't go to the moon?
Are you a bad astronaut?
He's like, yeah. Well, you didn't fail the test. Did you
Yeah.
blow up? What's happening? Tell me. And he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like,
no.
how many galaxies do we have?
Correct. Yeah. All
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and just digging into it,
Yeah.
like, and I think I'm really good with the quote unquote sincere interest,
Right.
Where I'll be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
really, dude, you're the first guy I've ever met. I've
Yeah.
been dreaming that, and there's like, okay, this guy's gonna kill me now. Yeah, so that works out.
That's
I know what
smart.
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other thing I got, like, I remember last time we went to Studio 33, we had a show, and in the front row, this lady kept getting up and down to go to the toilet, and halfway through, it was just a guy next to her, and she'd gone again. And I was a host, right? And I was asking him, like, "Hey, dude, like, is she all right?" Like, I mean, I genuinely mean that. I'm not trying to, oh, what's wrong with her, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Is she okay?" He's like, "Oh, just has a weak bladder. And I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. And she comes back, she's like, man, I was like, ma'am, are you all right? Because I was joking about how I got sick and stuff like that. I'm like, I can introduce you to like a private clinic, and I know these guys, they'll probably give me referral free. So
Yeah.
And then she was like, what? No, I'm okay. I'm like, you've been to the toilet so much. Are you okay? The bladder's all right,
Yeah.
And then she was like, wait, hold on, what? I'm very confused right now. The whole crowd's losing their mind.
Right.
Because here I am going like genuinely caring about her.
Yeah.
And she's like, why are you caring about me? The boyfriend's going like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that lie.
Yeah.
She just needed to go to the toilet. That's all it was, Yeah. So I think that's what I really thoroughly enjoy.
But yeah, like we finished the show, we caught up with some people, and overall, I'm just happy that there is shows now at this level in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will just keep getting better and better. Go to a live comedy show. That's all I can say. Just go to the next live, whether it's big or small, especially small.
Yeah.
But even like the big show, like we need more stand-up, obviously, here.
I genuinely suggest you do one thing, like go to one big, one small, and just compare the vibe. Not even compare the quality of the comedy.
Yes.
Compare the vibe. I always feel, as a performer, I like the small rooms.
Yeah.
Just because that vibe is like, whoa, this is nice. And you can see the room, you can feel the room. With big shows, it's a different vibe where I'm projecting to the end of the room.
Correct.
But you're not really getting the full experience of like, I can hear every single person laughing.
Yeah.
You hear a wave.
And
you know?
you hear comics like Russell Peters and Kevin Hart and all these guys on podcasts and stuff and interviews saying that they prefer the small rooms as well.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense. Like, it's less
less performance, more like
exactly more
connecting.
interaction,
Yes,
more
yes,
connecting.
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the difference, really.
But yeah, Russell Peters, big show, obviously. Person coming in April, not at liberty to announce yet, but do look out for that. And yeah, come to our next show. Thanks, everybody.